You know those perfect, professional-looking edges and joints you see on high-end woodworking? The ones that just scream quality? Well, the router table is the secret weapon to getting those results. It's one of the most versatile machines you can have in your shop, and today, we're going to break down how to use it safely to get that perfect cut every single time.
What this setup does, really, is take a handheld router and turn it into this incredibly precise stationary tool. You can create a perfect chamfer, a clean dovetail, or a silky smooth roundover. It's that little touch that takes your work from, hey, that's nice, to, wow, you made that.
But here's the thing. To get that clean of a cut, you need an incredible amount of power. The bit in that router can spin at speeds up to 24,000 revolutions per minute. Yeah. That incredible force is what lets it just slice through wood like butter.
And that brings us to the big question, right? With that much power spinning just inches from your fingers, how do you stay in control? Well, the answer is all about understanding that safety isn't just some boring list of rules. It's the fundamental skill that lets you do amazing work.
So let's start at the very beginning. Believe it or not, mastering the router table begins way before you even think about hitting that power switch. This pre-cut checklist is your first line of defense, and honestly, it's the key to making everything go smoothly.
We can break this all down into 3 super simple, easy-to-remember steps. First, you prep yourself. Second, you prep the machine. And third, you prep the actual cut. You get these 3 things right, and you're already 90% of the way to a perfect, safe result.
Okay, first up, prepping yourself. Rule number 1, and this is the big one, folks, it's absolutely non-negotiable, you have to wear safety glasses. Wood chips are going to fly, and they're going to fly fast. And listen, your prescription glasses, they are not a substitute for proper impact-rated safety glasses.
And what you're wearing is just as important. Think about it. Anything that can dangle, a necklace, a baggy sleeve, long hair, is a serious hazard. It could easily get snagged by that spinning bit. So rings come off, sleeves get rolled up, and hair gets tied back. Every single time.
Now for step 2, prepping the machine. This one is so simple, but it is so important. Anytime you are making an adjustment, whether it's moving the fence, changing the bit's height, anything, the power has to be off. You know what, better yet, just unplug the thing entirely. There is absolutely no reason for it to have power while your hands are in there.
And that safety guard, it's not just for decoration. It has to be set right. You want just enough room for your piece of wood to slide underneath it, nothing more. Think of it like a tight little tunnel. If you leave a big gap, you're exposing way more of that spinning cutter than you need to, which kind of defeats the whole purpose.
And finally, step 3, prepping the cut itself. Look, before you put that beautiful piece of cherry you've been saving on the table, grab a piece of scrap wood, something that's the same thickness. Do a quick test cut. It's the ultimate measure twice, cut once for routing, and it confirms your setup is absolutely perfect.
All right, prep is done. You're ready to go. Now for the fun part, making some sawdust. While the machine is running, these are the rules of engagement. You follow these, and you'll stay in complete control from start to finish. If there is one golden rule for using a router table, this is it. You always feed the wood against the rotation of the bit. Now, since the bit spins counterclockwise, that means you have to feed your piece from right to left. It feels natural, and it actually helps the bit pull the wood tight against the fence, giving you way more control.
So direction is one half of the puzzle. Where you put your hands is the other. Your fingers need to be outside the guard, pressing down on the wood. And listen, you want to keep your hands a minimum of 3 inches away from that cutter at all times. If you need to work on a smaller piece, that's what push sticks are for.
How you start the cut can make or break it. So remember these 3 things. First, turn the router on and just let it get up to full speed. Second, never, ever have the wood already touching the bit when you power it on. And third, as you ease into the cut, make sure that wood is held firmly against the fence.
So why are we so obsessed with all these rules? Well, they're all designed to prevent one really dangerous thing, kickback. Kickback is when the spinning bit decides it doesn't want to cut the wood anymore, it wants to throw it, and it throws it right back at you violently. It's the #1 danger, but here's the good news. It's almost entirely preventable.
And if you look at the top causes of kickback, it's like a mirror image of the rules we just talked about. Feeding the wrong way, not keeping the wood tight against the fence, jumping the gun before the router's at full speed. See how this all connects? You follow the rules, you prevent kickback. It really is that simple.
So, you've made that beautiful cut. You're feeling good. Time to pack up? Whoa, not so fast. Just like the pre-cut check, what you do after the cut is a huge part of the safety process.
I cannot say this loud enough.
After you turn the machine off, before you do anything else, I don't care if you're cleaning up or changing a bit, you walk over to the wall and you unplug the machine. This makes it literally impossible for an accidental startup while your hands are anywhere near that cutter.
Okay, so it's unplugged, right? And you've waited for the bit to spin all the way down to a complete stop. Then, and only then, you can start cleaning up. Use a brush or shop vac. Please, don't use your hands to wipe away the dust, even with the machine off.
All right, let's kind of zoom out for a second and tie all of this together. I know it can feel like a lot of rules, a lot of don'ts, but I want you to start thinking about this in a totally different way. These aren't just rules. They're the building blocks of real skill and confidence.
Part of that skill is just knowing your machine. It's like a little team working together, right? You've got the fence, which is your guide. You've got the bit, that's the workhorse. And you've got the guard, which is your bodyguard. When you see how they all work together as a system, the safety rules just make perfect sense.
And that really brings us to the core idea here. Safety is not the thing that gets in the way of your creativity. It's the exact opposite. It is the skill that gives you the confidence to be creative, to try new things, and to get that perfect, precise result you're looking for.
Because once you master these principles, you've truly mastered the machine. All that power and all that precision are yours to command. So the only real question left is, what amazing things are you gonna build?